you ever noticed how two people facing the same problems react completely differently? Well, one grows stronger while the other causes some problems. So Alfred Adler believed that this such differences occurs because how we see ourselves, not from our past, from our purpose. So hello, my name is Rudra Sahu and I'm an MSc first year student from Central University of Karnataka. Today we are going to talk about who Adler is and his powerful theory of personality called individual psychology. Alfred Adler is an Austrian psychologist and a contemporary of Sigmund Freud. Initially, even though he worked with Sigmund Freud, later he broke away from him because he wasn't agreeing on Sigmund Freud's emphasis on sexual instincts. Well, Alfred Adler believed that human behavior is not driven by unconscious sexual urges, but social relationship, goals, and a level of fulfillment. He introduced a much more hopeful form of personality in which one believes that humans are capable of social relationship, change as well as growth. Adler named his theory individual psychology, where the word individual comes from a Latin word individuum, which means indivisible. This means personality should be understood as a whole. Thoughts, emotions, and actions are interconnected, and a person cannot be understood in isolation from the society. According to Adler, we are social beings, and a personality can be understood with interactions with others. Adler's one of the most famous concepts is called inferiority feeling. This means some point in our life we will experience a feeling of inferiority. And such feeling of inferiority mostly happens during our childhood. Such type of inferiority feeling arises from our dependence or maybe our weakness. It can be physical or emotional, or it can be due to social comparisons. To overcome from this concept or this feeling of inferiority, we engage in compensation. It means striving towards our own growth. For example, a student who is really have a weak body or physically weak may excel in their academics, or a shy person may improve their listening skills. You should remember that when compensation becomes unhealthy, it may lead to forming inferiority complex. This happens when you feel you are not adequate enough. Whatever you do, it is not enough. The feeling of inferiority is not a weakness. Rather, it is a starting point towards our growth. Adler believed that the main motivation of human behavior is striving for superiority. But this does not mean that being dominant to others. Rather, it means that striving for self-improvement, promoting your own self, and being competent and fulfilled. Healthy striving leads to growth and contribution, whereas unhealthy striving leads to arrogance and aggression as well as superiority complex. Such superiority complex can lead to one hiding their insecurities behind arrogance. Adler's one of the most important and intriguing ideas in his theories is social interest. Social interest refers to feeling connected to others, caring about the societies, and doing something good for the common good of the people. According to Adler, mental health depends on social interests. A healthy personality always works with others, not against others. Well, people who lack social interest can be said as manipulative, sometimes self-centered, and emotionally unstable. According to Adler, he believed that success is success when it benefits others. Alfred Adler was one of the first psychologists to highlight the role of birth order in personality development. He suggests that the position of the person or the child in the family determine how they see or view themselves or how they relate to others. The firstborn often grows to be more responsible, cautious, and leadership-oriented as they experience both authority as well as displacement. while the middle child are always competitive and adaptable, while always striving to be finding their place within the family. Whereas the younger child are often pampered, making them creative, expressive, and sometimes attention seeking. Whereas the only child displays maturity, perfectionism, and comfort in adult interactions. So, you should always remember that Alfred Adler emphasized birth order only influences personality and does not determine or define them. Personality always are also a part of individual experiences and social interaction. To conclude that, Alfred Adler's theory of personality focused on purpose rather than past, social connectedness rather than isolation, and growth rather than pathology. He viewed human beings as creative, goal-oriented, and socially responsible, with the capacity to shape their own life. Adler's perspective on personality does not limit to one thing, that is, depending upon our past experience. Rather, it focuses on change, growth, as well as our dependence on a society that defines who we are. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I hope you find this informative. So see you next time. Bye.